All right, guys, welcome back to part two of how to become one of the richest people in the world. Now, guys, I'm not using that as hyperbole. I really, I believe that, and man, when you see these charts, you know what I'm talking about. So, if you haven't seen part one, what are you doing? Go back to part one and then watch it because it won't make as much sense. But part two, he dives in into the nuts and bolts. He gets into some charts. This is what he does. This is what he does best. So buckle in, guys. Let's see what he says.
Now, grab something to write with. I want you to take some notes on these things. Okay? This Bitcoin is the biggest, in my opinion, traders. Nothing will ever compare over time. Now, I want you to take a look at this. A lot of people, I want you to understand that Bitcoin is the best performing asset ever known to mankind. Make a note of that. Bitcoin is the best performing asset of all time. There is no asset that has even come close to the performance of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the youngest asset of all the assets. Write that down. Bitcoin is the best performing asset of all time. It is the youngest asset the world knows today. And it is the third item. It is being adopted faster than any other technology ever known to mankind. Now, guys, it sounds hyperbole, but it's factual and it's true. No asset has outperformed Bitcoin, and I believe that will always be the case. That will be the case for the rest of my life. That will be the case for the rest of your life. Bitcoin will outperform over time every single asset class in the entire industry. We are still early because Bitcoin is only 14 years old. You do not call a 14-year-old asset old. You do not call a 14-year-old child old. You do not call a 14-year-old basketball player old and finished.
Preach. I couldn't agree more. It's crazy because everybody I talk to, and some of you may feel this way, that you missed the boat with Bitcoin. I don't know if you saw my other video. They talked about it. It's only I think it's 0.36%. So basically a little bit over a third percent of world adoption. This is a global asset, guys. Now, when you compare it to other cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, of course, Bitcoin is the old one, because it came out January 3rd, 2009. It's 14 years old, like you said. But this thing is a baby in comparison to what it's going to do in the world. I truly believe that. You know what I mean? So don't think you missed the boat and it's too late. This, guys, I'm telling you, this thing has just started.
It is a baby, and yet it's being adopted faster than any other item ever known to mankind. So think about the three things I've just said. It's the best performing asset in the world ever. It is the youngest asset in the world today, and it is an asset that is being adopted faster than any other technology or any other asset has ever been adopted ever. Now think about this, guys. Today, Bitcoin right now is trading at $23,000. It came from zero, right? It came from zero. Let me do this a little neater. So Bitcoin came from zero to $23,000 in 14 years. Guys, we have gone from zero to 23,000 with less than 1% of the world having adopted Bitcoin. Write this down, traders. We went from zero to 23,000 with less than 1% of the world having adopted Bitcoin. Where are we going to be at 3% adoption, 5% adoption, 10% adoption, 20, 30, 60, 70? We are early. I do not want anyone listening to me to think that just because we've gone from just because it's 23,000 a single Bitcoin, that we're late. You've missed it. We are early. You haven't missed anything. This is like akin to being in the parking lot before the game begins. The game hasn't even begun, but your time is still running out.
Yeah. Again, your time's not running out. You can buy Bitcoin anytime. I believe anything under. And I'm serious when I say this. I think anything under $250,000 within the next 5 years. Now, after that, it's going to be crazy. But anything under $250,000 for each coin is a steal. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds crazy, but again, it depends on when you get in and where your comfortability level is. How much knowledge you got and stuff like that. But I mean, man, just keep listening.
Your time is running out before this thing truly goes ballistic, in my opinion. This is where you are. It's a baby. It's a baby. It's a baby, traders. All right, next. Look at where you are in the proposed adoption curve.
Yeah. Does that chart look familiar to anyone? My last Bitcoin video I did, when I reacted to Trader University's video, that's the exact chart he used. Same exact one. Yeah, it's incredible. If you look at where we're at and where they're looking to see where we're going, it's incredible, man. I mean, again, guys, we are so freaking early.
Now, look, the internet was the fastest adopted technology known to mankind. It was adopted at a rate of 63% a year. So every single year, the amount of users of the internet increased by 63%. Bitcoin overtook this record of the internet. The internet was the best performing, the fastest adopted technology in the world. Today, Bitcoin is the fastest adopted technology in the world at 113% a year. Its adoption is doubling, is more than doubling every single year. At this rate, we will have 1 billion users of Bitcoin or in the Bitcoin network by 2024.
I don't know where he got that number from, the 1 billion, because the last video I watched, it said we're at about 30 million users. So I don't know if he's saying total users in the world that are not holding it on cold storage and are just trading it, because 1 billion seems like a lot. Unless he wrote the wrong year down. Maybe he meant 2034 or something, but I'm not sure about that one.
1 billion, that's 1/8 of the world's population in a few short years. That's insane. At this rate, if we continue to extrapolate this rate out, this is where we will be by 2042 at about almost 70% adoption, 65-70% adoption. And look at where you are. Don't you ever think that you've missed this. Don't ever think that because Bitcoin has gone from 0 to 23, you've missed the boat. It's too late that you have to go look at some other stupid coin, all right, that is nothing more than a fake copy of Bitcoin. No, you are early. We are early, but our time is still limited before this thing goes ballistic, in my opinion. It hasn't even gone ballistic. It hasn't even really started. It's just getting warmed up. It hasn't started the game, traders. The game hasn't started. This is not late. The game hasn't started. This is late. This is just waking up, traders. Do not miss this. Do not miss this. We are early. We are early.
How crazy the world is today with the monetary, absolute obliterating our just the monetary system and the $1.7 trillion freaking omnibus bill and everything else. And then everything that happened in Canada a couple of years ago where they're trying to, stop the truckers and stuff like that. I mean, we need freedom, guys, and I believe, and the reason I love Bitcoin so much, I'm not looking at it as a trade or trying to make a bunch of money off it. I'm really looking at it as a great money on the outside the system. You know what I mean? This is a money. This is a new money, guys. This is a digital money to combat the CBDCs. And they're coming, ladies and gentlemen. And I got a video coming about that too from Trader University. I'm going to react to a video he did about the CBDCs.
The only alternative to CBDCs is going to be Bitcoin. It's not going to be physical cash, and it's not going to be silver coins or gold coins. Those could work on a very local level, but they'd be very difficult to move over great distances or to put in your pocket if you need to flee the country and move to a friendlier jurisdiction that does not have CBDCs. The only alternative to CBDCs is Bitcoin.
So I'll do that after this 4-part series, and also I'm going to do one about Bitcoin being compared to Amazon. But yeah, couldn't agree more.
Now, let me tell you why I believe that now is the time. Traders, listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. We don't have a lot of time. We have months to 1 year. That's it. Listen to me carefully. Months, maybe as long as 1 year to get on this thing.
Again, guys, you can buy Bitcoin at any time. What he's saying is he's going to show a chart that's going to be showing, we're basically at the bottom right now on the chart. Man, this thing is heavy. And basically, he feels like it's going to be going up. So in order to maximize, he's saying, the gains and stuff like that, you need to buy now. That's what he's saying. You can buy, like I said, you can buy Bitcoin anytime.
We have a limited period of time before this thing leaves us so far behind that it's going to be too late to put in, because the price, in my opinion, is going to be so high that your little dollars going into it at that high price is going to be insignificant. Right now, it's still significant. Let me tell you this. $1, I don't want anyone here to poo-poo small amounts. Small amounts mean something right now. Right now, they still mean something. Let me give an example of what small amounts did and still can potentially do. If you had put $1, listen to me carefully, traders. If you had put $1 in Bitcoin in the year 2010, $1, guess how much it's worth? Does anyone have any idea today at 23,000? $1. Does anybody know? I want to see who gets this. I want to see who gets this, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when I was watching this, I tried to guess, and I got it wrong. What do you guys think? What would $1 get you if you bought, in 2010? What would it get you? It sure wouldn't get you one of these. Oh, I wish it would have got me one of these. Oh my gosh. This is why I don't have more Bitcoin, because I love this stuff so much. What do you guys think? $1 in 2010. How much would Bitcoin be worth in 2023?
$1 in Bitcoin in the year 2010 is, that's right, Cornbread has it, $30 million. Cornbread knew. $30 million. $1, $30 million.
Oh my gosh. If only. Oh my God. I don't think I heard about Bitcoin until maybe, I don't know, 2012 or 13 or something. But golly, man. Can you imagine that? There are people out here like that. There are people that bought in 2010, 11, 12, 13 when there were pennies on the dollars. You know what I mean? My God, can you imagine that, man?
Traders, I am telling you, do not poo-poo small amounts. Small amounts today will be huge, in my opinion, in 2026, 2032. Do you follow what I'm saying? Small amounts matter. Small amounts count. You do not need big amounts to play this. This is what I love about Bitcoin. You see, guys, I've been playing the equity markets my whole professional life, but you need big money to really play it properly. You need big money to play Forex. You need big money to play equities and stock. You need big monies to make bonds matter to you. But this is the first asset that is available to everyone in the world. Think about this, guys. Someone in some remote location in Africa can't own Apple stock, can't own Microsoft stock. Someone without a bank account can't have a bond, can't earn interest. But Bitcoin is available for every human being on the planet.
Yeah, that's another thing I love about Bitcoin. It's a global asset. You know what I mean? I mean, again, there's a lot of countries that are very poor countries, and they're literally their money's being printed to oblivion. They got to change prices on their items daily or hourly because they just don't have a stable currency. We talk about being in hyperinflation here in America. Is this upside down? Here in America, they're really going through it in other countries. That's why El Salvador adopted it as the legal tender. You know what I mean? That's basically their reserve currency over there in El Salvador. So again, you only need a little bit to get your Bitcoin insurance. And a lot of poor countries over there, they're already transacting in Satoshis. They're buying stuff in Satoshis. A lot of places around the world are buying things in that. So that's why I'm buying it, man. I'm buying it like it's no tomorrow because, again, I just don't believe in today's society. I want to have as much of my wealth in decentralized assets.
And a dollar matters. $5 will matter. $10 will matter. $100 will matter. Guys, I'm so passionate about this because I believe that we have one of the best wealth building vehicles the world has ever known. I am an expert at spotting opportunity, and especially when it comes to these major sweeping changes, I am telling you, the light bulb for me went on in March of 2022 when I made my first dive in, and we're still early. But our time is running out, guys. Our time is running out.
I think he misspoke. I think his first purchase was in March 2020. He said March 2022. I watched the video and he showed actually him going back and showing what he bought. And he bought the dip when it went down from like 19,000 to 3,000 in 2020. When the scamdemic happened, everything dropped. Remember silver was like 11, 12 bucks. Man, I wish I'd have bought back then. My first purchase, I said the other day it was February 2021. It was actually March 2021. Here it is. I bought it 50 something thousand a coin because I remember in February it went in the 30s, and I was still looking at it. I didn't buy, and then I spent $1,000, and then I just started learning more and more about it. And then I just started, going down the rabbit hole. You know how it goes. But yeah, I'm sure glad I did that.
Now, let me keep going. I want to show you something interesting. You're going to find this really interesting. Watch. I'm going to show you some key indicators that I watch that will prove to you, I hope will prove to you and show you that the time is now. Do not wait. The time is now. Do not wait. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, but it's going down to 9,000. Oh, but it's going down to 10,000. Do not listen. Do not wait. I am telling you the time is now. Look. Now, first of all, Bitcoin has this yearly predictable cycle, right? So take a look at this. It has 3 years up, boom. Look, 3 years up, boom, boom, boom. And then it rests a little bit, but every market deserves to rest, right? Then it repeats. 3 years up, boom, 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 and then it rests a year. Every runner deserves a rest. Every marathon runner deserves a rest. Every workhorse deserves a rest. Every financial vehicle deserves to rest. Then it repeats again. Boom, boom, boom. Red was last year. What do you think? And all of a sudden, we've started green again this year. What's the next? Why is now the time? Well, look at the freaking cycle. You're catching it early. You're catching this early. You're catching it here. You're catching it here. You're catching it here. You're catching it here. The time is now, traders. That's the yearly cycle. I'm not finished. I'm going to keep showing you more and more and more why the time is now.
And by the way, he recorded this video, I believe January 23rd. Yeah, January 23rd. And today's, I think it's the 29th or 30th I'm recording this. It has gone up since then. I'm not saying, he's 100% right, because again, nobody knows. You know what I mean? He just looks at the key indicators, looking at the past and stuff like that. But yeah, because again, I buy every day. I buy 100,000 satoshis every day. When the price was in the 16s and 17,000s, I was spending 16 and 17 bucks a day getting satoshis, 100,000, and I was loving it. You know what I mean? But now it's up to 23, almost 24,000. I'm spending a few $6-7 more than I was before. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but we'll see.
Boom. It's the lows, stupid.
Who you calling stupid?
I'm going to repeat that. It's the lows, stupid. Everybody, traders, wants you, including the news, including the newspapers, the media, the news, the influencers out there, the talking heads. They all want you to focus when it comes to Bitcoin on the wrong side. So they want to focus on Bitcoin's down from 69,000 to 15. Oh, Bitcoin's down from 19,800 to 3,000. Oh, Bitcoin's down from 1,100 to 152. Oh, Bitcoin's down from 32 to 2.
Oh my God, ain't that the truth? I have so many friends and family members telling me that. Oh my God, what are you doing, man? It's down from 69,000 and blah, blah, blah. And you turn on CNBC and all the lamestream media, they say the same shit. Bitcoin's really down. They just look at the chart instead of looking at the whole situation. They just look at the price and it's being down and this, that, and the third. Again, man, if you don't educate yourself, you don't know these things. When I first started looking at Bitcoin, I used to think that stuff too. But now that I know better, a little bit better than I did know, I know it's just all BS and they're just trying to veer me off the track, and they don't want us to buy stuff like this. Think about this, guys. Republicans, conservatives, libertarians, patriots, all the people that are fiscally conservative and stuff like that don't want to print money and default on our debt, and don't want to raise the debt ceiling and all that. A lot of them are in Bitcoin. The left, the crazy left, are the one that don't like Bitcoin. Just think about that.
That's the wrong way to look at an asset like this. It's not the highs, stupid. It's the lows, stupid.
Dude, you got one more time to call me stupid. I'm going to come through that screen and I'm going to...
So let's take a look. 0, 10 cents, $2, $12, 152, 658, 3,129, 8,572, 15,479. Look at the lows. Boing, 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 boing. The lows don't fail you. As long as this thing is climbing its lows, there is nothing wrong with it. I don't even care if it drops 90% from the high. The high to the low doesn't matter. What matters is the low to the low, 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 the low to the low.
I think I get it now.
And all of this is really just noise that tries to shake you out. It's the lows, stupid. I'm not finished. I'm going to keep showing you. Look, after every major low, look at what happened. After every, the black are the major ones. After every major low, look at what happened. After every major low, look at what happened. Well, This, in my opinion, is the next major low. This is now ready to happen. You don't have a lot of time. Don't let these people tell you, oh, but Bitcoin's going to crash to 10,000 to that. When I got into Bitcoin at 3,800, right? I got into Bitcoin at 3,800. People were calling for $1,000 Bitcoin. I didn't listen to them. It's going to crash to 1,000. I got in at 3,800. Now people are saying Bitcoin's going to crash to 9,000, 10,000. Some people say it's going to crash to 3,000. And now it's come off the lows from 15 and change to 23. Guys, look, don't listen. Don't listen to that nonsense. All right? The time is now, and you don't have a lot of it. Okay? It's the lows, stupid. Not the highs to the lows. It's the lows to the lows, to the lows, to the lows that matter.
Yeah, I love that. It's crazy because when you look at that chart, I love that chart, by the way. I love that low to the low to the low. That's true. If you gone to any kind of trading seminar or any kind of books or training, they say that. They say it's not about the highs, it's about the lows. It's crazy when you look at that price, that 15,479, I believe. Let me tell you something. I backed up the truck. That was in November when the FTX debacle happened with scam, bankrupt, fraud. Did what he did, and a lot of people, sold out, sold their Bitcoin and stuff. And I knew it had nothing to do with Bitcoin, but the people that didn't understand, it went from like I think it was 20 something thousand to down to 15. I mean, it just crashed, and I took every dollar that I had, and I bought a bunch of it, man. I'm not gonna lie, I bought a bunch of it. So he's saying that's the bottom, and he's right about this. A lot of people in the industry are saying when it was down, especially when it was down to 15, that it's going to go down to 12, and then it's going to go down to 9 and 3. So I actually, at that time, because I was listening to them, I was thinking, oh, let me hold some cash and wait till it goes down. But at the end of the day, that's still a deal at 15. But nobody knows the future, but we'll see what happens.
All right, let's go. Here's another key Bitcoin indicator that I look at. Visually, at least you can see. This is called the MVRV Z-score. You can Google that to find out basically what it is. But guys, this historically is a phenomenal indicator that lets you know when you are in the generational wealth zone. I call that green here the generational wealth zone. Anytime, right, this indicator drops into this green zone or below, it's generational wealth accumulation time. Generational wealth accumulation time. Now, the black line is the price. Generational wealth accumulation time. Look. Generational wealth accumulation time. All right? Generational wealth accumulation time. Now, generational wealth accumulation time. Look. Generational wealth accumulation time. But this is about to be over. It's been in generational wealth accumulation period for a while. This is starting to leave. You do not want this to leave you behind. Trust me. You do not want this to leave you behind. Do you understand? You don't want this to leave you behind. It's starting to come out of that generational wealth zone right there. Don't get left behind, traders. Don't get left behind. Your time is very limited.
I actually got to do some more research. I've never seen a chart like that. I don't know exactly what the orange line means, but I'm definitely going to get into that. Because I'm thinking about getting into some trading and stuff like that. Not my Bitcoin. I hold my Bitcoin just like I hold my silver. I don't keep any silver, any paper, PSLV, SLV, nothing. Everything I have is physical. Just like with my Bitcoin, I keep it on, my cold storage wallet and my brain. It's not actually on the wallet. It's on the blockchain. But yeah, that's an interesting chart. Never seen that. And I like stuff like this. I love watching stuff and learning things that I never knew. So I'm liking this.
Next, another key indicator called the Puel multiple. All right. This uses a 14-day moving average. Now, look. All right. Again, you want to know the details about what goes into, what ingredients go into make this indicator and what it's measuring. Google it if you like. Listen, just from a visual point of view. All right. Whenever the Purell indicator dips into this green zone, all right, which is 0.5, that's the number. So whenever it dips below 0.5, it's generational buy time, generational buy time, generational buy time. These moves change your life, traders. Do you understand? We've already come out. Look at that. The Purell indicator is already starting to come out. You do not want to miss this. You do not want to miss that. 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 Do you understand? Your time is now, and your time is limited, traders. These are wealth, life-changing moves. Now, remember I told you that Bitcoin is the best performing asset the world has ever known or seen. So guess what's about to happen? One of the biggest, most massive moves any other asset has ever seen. It's going to continue its own nature, in my opinion, and you don't want to miss it.
You sure don't want to miss it. So there's part 2. Stay tuned for part 3. I'll be putting it up right after this. My God, he's going to show you some other charts that are going to blow your mind. But it's crazy how you see these different charts that are completely independent of each other, and they're all saying the same thing. You know what I mean? And this guy, again, he's one of the best people at the world at looking at this kind of stuff. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit the like button if you like it, and stay tuned for part 3.